Welcome to a brand new Hot Shot. This is Philly. Thanks for joining. This is episode 3. I'm very excited to have these special 2 guests. We'll go with them and introduce them shortly. But we're going to go review anything that's brand new. We had some really cool, hot stuff dropped last night and news about entertainment, anything we can talk about, and obviously toy photography. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's get started. And here we go.
Hot Shot. A person or persons whose one sole definition in life is to unapologetically collect what you love and love what you collect. Collect by sharing your passion with others in ways such as toy photography, videos, opinions, streams, unboxing videos, collection tours, group chats, and conventions. Let's effing go.
Hot Shot, big fraternity man.
Hey, Hot Shot, how you doing?
Well, I'm not through talking yet, Hotshot.
Hey, here's a hot shot toward the hole.
Pop quiz, Hot Shot.
That's no battle, Hot Shot.
Play it cool, Hot Shot.
It's the big time Hot Shot.
You ready for this, Hot Shot? You guys are fighting over who's gonna be the next Hot Shot, huh? Is that what's happening? Yes, that's exactly what's happening. Yeah, I heard you, Hot Shot. What? I said, Hot Shot.
Okay, there's my cheesy little opening. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was brand new. I was trying to get it ready for last week. I couldn't get it done, but in time. But this is my brand new opening. Hope you enjoyed it. So let's start with our guest. Now we have 2 guests this week, and I'm very excited because they're a couple collecting couple, and that's it's always something that I've always been very admirable of, where couples tend to share the hobby. It's very rare. So these two are very lucky because fortunately, my wife and I don't share the love. Unfortunately, we share other things for other passions, but this is the passion I share alone. But it's nice to have a couple that you have a significant other that you can share your hobby. So you two are very lucky, but I'm very happy to introduce you guys. We have Jimcollector. How we doing?
Hey, good evening. Thanks for having us. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Thank you. And the lovely Vita, aka HerGeekySide. Welcome.
Hey everyone, thanks for having us, Philly.
Thank you for joining. Now, one of the things that we've kind of sort of not streamed together, but we've known each other for a while. Both of you are amazing, talented photographers, and we follow each other on Instagram. It's always good to see you guys' work because you guys do amazing work. I remember coming across your work, Jim. I liked your reviews on your YouTube, and also I love your photography. So definitely excited to have you. How are you feeling? What's new with you? And anything that you want to kind of let us know, and what's going on in your world right now?
Well, actually, first of all, thank you for the compliments as well. Actually, that means quite a lot. I think it's so easy to be self-critical of your own work, but it's nice when you hear it from other people. So thanks for that. For me personally, at the moment, I've actually kind of just got myself out of like a photography hiatus this week. I guess also I was thinking I was coming on here, I should probably do some photos, right? But yeah, I haven't done much. Like I don't know if it's like this for you, but sometimes I find my creative juices, they kind of like ebb and flow, so it kind of like comes and goes. Like there'll be weeks where I just have not motivation, but no fresh ideas, where I'm a bit like, oh, I really want to try and capture that. Whereas this week it kind of like blew back into me a little bit. So yeah, I've been enjoying it. I need to get back to YouTube, but I haven't had many new figures in, to be honest. So there's not much to review, but because that's kind of my bread and butter. But yeah, very good.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. What about you, Vita? How are you doing? What's new with you? And what do you have? You have anything that you've been looking forward to sharing, or anything you've been up to lately?
It's quite funny when it comes to like creativity. Me and Jim are quite in sync. It feels like we kind of motivate each other. Who, like, if one of us start taking pictures, another one gets motivated. Like, oh damn, I should take some pictures as well. I think that's what happened like this weekend, because I basically was like, I'm gonna take some pictures. Like, yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take some pictures today.
That's true. You did,
and then I think that pushed you like following day to take some shots as well. I'm quite like, my approach I think is quite different to Jim's when it comes to photography and such. Right at the beginning, so I created my Instagram account just like over a year ago. It was May the 4th last year, so it's only been like 1 year anniversary.
And by the way,
account.
guys, they both do amazing photography. I'm going to have all their links down below in the description, so please follow them. Vita has amazing work as well as Jim, so just want to throw that out there in case you guys don't follow them. So please do so. Thank you.
Yeah, so right at the beginning, I used to try to like copy other photographers, especially like Jim. I would see like pictures he took, and I would be jealous because I would think they are so great, and I would kind of get frustrated trying to replicate it. But then I learned that once I dropped it and I kind of let my own creativity tune in and do my own thing. You know, I try to like reading what's the perfect lighting, what's the angles of the lights and all of that stuff. It actually made me frustrated and not liking take photos overall. So I kind of clear my head of all those rules, and I usually put a figure in front of me and then move lights all over place. I don't like have those clear boundaries where like, oh, there should be perfect 45-degree light from that angle or the other angle. Very often I'm just gonna slap it all over the place, and then I will move the figure around. Heck, I even sometimes just move camera to the side instead. Just that's how my kind of creative chaos is working. So yeah, recently I tried like kind of something different as well. This one of the Instagram photographers actually who has like great work. He like shared some behind pictures where he's using a prism to take pictures, and where he like morphs two figures. Yeah, I think like his photography looks so amazing. So I kind of got the prism myself because I was really, really impressed, and I thought those pictures look amazing. So I kind of tried playing with that. God, there's so much to learn about that part of photography. Again, because I tried so hard to replicate it, I kind of started losing on a day that joy of taking pictures again. And then actually the best pictures I did take that day was of Darth Vader, one of my most favorite figures to take pictures of. And when Jim saw those pictures, he thought they already edited, but it was like raw shot. And he was like, you don't even need to do anything to this picture. You can drop it on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw that one. That was very well done. Yeah.
I was really, really like pleased with them. So some of the pictures still to come, but I kind of like Jim, like go through the phases. There's gonna be the time where I'm gonna be dropping pictures every other day.
I think everybody goes through. I think everybody goes through that phase. I mean, I go through the phase too. I haven't done a shot in a while, and I was able to do one last night because of the motivation of a new figure. So my question, so let's get to know both of you a little bit, and we'll start from the beginning. Who started collecting? How did you get into it? And who kind of motivated to join into the collecting world? And you guys can take turns on the answers, whoever you want.
I'll start off there because I feel like I was kind of the beginning. So
there you go.
For me, I've kind of collected forever. Throughout most of my life, I've always been into it. I was quite lucky as a kid, you know, only child, so always spoiled. So I grew up, you know, lots of figures like Mandy was saying, like Action Man and stuff like that as a kid. Lots of stuff like that. So I've always been into it. But as I was younger, I became a huge fan of a gaming series called Resident Evil. And as I got older, I realized, oh, I have adult money now. I can go back and buy all these figures of that series that I really wanted. So I started to do that. I did that through university and dabbled in it a bit throughout my life. Didn't really ever tell Vita about this. And then during lockdown, I got kind of bored. So I started making an Instagram account for Resident Evil. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll do this. Started doing that, collected the figures heavily. And then I found out about Hot Toys. I came across Jedi Patrol and I was watching his stuff. And at first I was a bit like, oh, these are cool, but they're kind of strange because they're like, you know, they're like dolls. And then I did more research. I looked into it and I was like, no, these are awesome. These are really cool. I got my first one, which was a Resident Evil figure from Hot Toys, and an old one. And then it's just like, it's like what people say when you get a tattoo, you know, you get one and you won't want to stop. And Hot Toys was exactly like that.
Okay.
So then my Instagram moved over, and I hid this. Well, I didn't hide it. I just didn't tell Vita that I had this Instagram account for a while. And I was
You
just
kept
taking
it
pictures. I was
hidden.
like, yeah, I'll just do this.
Wow.
A little
How
bit,
long did that
yeah. And I was
last?
just not long. She's like, it's like Instagram suggests. So it's just like, hey, we've got this suggestion for you. And she was like, wait a minute, that's our garden. What the just like, and then she asked, she's like, have you got an Instagram? I was like, oh yeah, I do. I was like,
You're like,
I think it's
you're
a normal
like,
thing.
you're like,
You're
babe,
like a
that's
little
a
bit
babe,
embarrassed.
that's a fake account.
Yeah,
That's a scam account.
oh yeah, I don't know who that is. Like someone's broken into our garden and they're just taking photos. Like, but that's how it kind of started, and it just kind of snowballed from there. I did a film degree, so that's kind of where the YouTube side of things come in. So
Okay,
I was like,
that makes sense.
Integrate this.
Okay.
So it just became
That's
my
cool.
creative outflow, and then
And Vita, how
then-
did you get
yeah.
tied into that? Did you already had already a creative side too, and just kind of joined in, or how did that start?
Yeah, since a young age, I used to love to take pictures. A lot of time, I used to love to take pictures of my friends, obviously, when we were teenagers. I didn't really have the camera myself growing up, but I would borrow from my friend and we will create the photo shoots. But on the side of that, I always like just to take pictures of like my dogs, the nature. Like I just like portraits and such. And I just like love that concept of the picture, let's say. So like I used to love to look at my grandma's old pictures, and obviously they used to like be black and white and such. And for me, the pictures were about like a lasting memory and such as well, and kind of how when you look at the picture it makes you feel certain way, it makes you remember certain things. So I always loved that side of photography. And growing up, I actually was a biggest tomboy ever, to be honest. I used to hide a lot, of course. Like I'm from Lithuania, so when I was young as well, anything kind of this kind of geeky stuff wouldn't be very popular and such. You wouldn't be encouraged really to buy figures. That would be a waste of money. Who in the world would spend such money on the figures like that? My dad probably doesn't understand this even to this day. For him it's just toys on a shelf.
Yeah, my parents, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, when I tell my dad, like how much they cost sometimes, and I show him like on eBay the prices of some of the figures, I was like, oh, so you can make profit. So you can be basically a salesperson. You buy
like
cheaper.
A business.
Yeah. I was like, no, it's not about making money. It's something just like collecting it. And he doesn't kind of grasp that concept basically, because when he was growing up, it was completely different world and completely different times. It's not something he will understand. To spend money on the collecting, it's not like he doesn't understand that basically. But potentially I always loved Marvel, DC. I loved comic books. I grew up with Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I used to run after school home to watch it. I used to lie to my friends when I can't make something, because I would watch some like geeky movie, or I would play video games. Like I grew up playing PC, so like all the time. Need for Speed Underground, GTA Vice City. They were like my two go-to games when I was growing up. Sometimes
it ties together then. It all kind of ties in together.
I used to skip school with my friend just to go play PC. We would come back because my mom was like at home a lot, so we would come back, and she's like, shouldn't you be at school right now? And I literally like live 10 minutes down from the school, and I would be like, no, teacher is sick. We have a free like window, and then the lesson after, that's not happening. The teacher's away on conference or something, and she would be like, really? But I was like good student, right? So she didn't question me much because my grades were good.
Right.
So I was kind of conflicting child at school in that sense, because the grades are good but behavior was not the best.
So
So
basically
it was the
you got away with murder, is that what you're telling
yeah,
us?
basically,
Pretty much.
it was like the worst combo for teachers and parents, because I'm like, my grades are great, so what are you telling me? What's wrong, And then I met Jim. So obviously at first you kind of think, I have to be a girly girl. It's like I can't look too geeky. okay, he thinks it's cool. I'm
been
liking, all
fine.
the superhero movies and all. Okay, that's
Right.
good. That saves space. And
That's
I
a
think,
plus. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we were 21, right, when we met. So
Right.
at that age, you kind of, right, you're scared to be yourself, potentially. So slowly we kind of learned that we are much more similar than we thought. And then, yeah, the COVID came, and I saw this
Yeah.
Instagram account, and I was like, what the hell is going on?
Mhm.
And then, yeah, I didn't
Looks
know
like fun.
much. Yeah, I didn't know much about it all at all. But like, he started buying like a little dioramas, because there's like a lot of
Mhm.
Resident Evil stuff was like 1/12 scale as well. So he actually had like quite
Yeah,
a lot
it
of
was.
dioramas and such, and he used to build like little scenes and used to take
That's
pictures
cool.
with his phone. And I was like, your phone's camera is not even that good, but these pictures, like, they look really good.
I don't think
And
I've seen any dioramas from you, Jim. So we gotta start seeing more dioramas. So that'd
This
be really
is,
cool. if you done.
yeah, this is way back when I
yeah,
first
it's like
started.
7 years
1/12,
ago or
it's-
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be the
Yeah,
next
it
step
was.
of you two on your collecting. You start doing dioramas together and taking photos. So, but anyway, sorry.
My
Go,
eBay
keep
wish
going.
list, there is a lot of dioramas on there, so maybe one day.
Nice.
Yeah,
anyways,
then
you were saying?
potentially then we moved in our own space, because we were living with Jim's parents
Cool.
and such. And then our collection started to grow. I think at first Jim was a bit unsure if I will be happy turning the spare bedroom and the collection room potentially.
Oh yeah.
But I had no problem with it. Like, slowly I started getting excited and waiting for the figures
Yeah.
with him, and him opening the figure, bringing it to me to show
Yeah.
me. I remember when he got the Iron Man, I was so impressed. And then there was Captain America, which now I think looks horrible, but at the time I thought it looked so amazing.
Is this like, which one is this one? Is this from the first Avenger
It
or
was
is
the
this
Endgame one.
the
Endgame one?
Yeah.
Cap,
Okay.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, and then one day we were back at his parents in the big garden, and Jim took some basically figures with him and a camera, because he wanted to take some pictures in the outside. And he wasn't there. I was alone in the house, I remember, and I was just bored. There was nothing on TV. I just was like, I want to do something, but like obviously, like, I don't live anymore than such, and like in front of my eyes was this camera and these figures, and
Right.
it was a golden hour in the garden as
not?
well. And I was like, let's see how it
Mhm.
goes. I haven't used this camera. Like, I'll see. It's been a while. I was so used to just take pictures on my phone, and yeah, slowly I got into taking pictures. Jim started posting them. I remember it was Saturdays or Sundays on his Instagram account at first.
Okay.
He called it something like, I don't remember how you called it. No, it wasn't Shots by My Girlfriend. It's something, I don't even remember how. Like, you had the phrase basically for it, how you used to post it, but I don't remember how it was.
So would you say then he
remember.
was very inviting, or was he a little
Oh,
hesitant in the beginning?
100%.
Oh, that's
No,
I felt
100% he
blessed.
was
Good job.
inviting. Yeah.
good.
I think he was a bit like, "Whew, wow, actually, she actually liked this, and it's like she knows
Surprised.
how much it costs now, and
Yeah,
she's like
I was,
okay
yeah.
with it." And then
That's
I
awesome.
think Jim's very first stream was with like Joey, Austin,
hmm
and
On Copper Drop, yeah.
on Copper Drop, yeah.
Cup of drop.
And I
Shout out to
remember I
Joey.
woke up with him like at the same time, because I was excited that he's getting on it. He was like, I remember he was like quite nervous, thinking like, oh my god, I'm gonna go on live stream. There's like quite popular stream as well, It's like I never been on a stream before and such. And I remember I just woke up with him. It was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, for us. And I just stay awake, and I was like, in a chat, like commenting and such, because I kind of wanted to make sure like he is feeling okay, and like if I would see him like stressed, I could drop him a message.
Right.
And I know like he was asking me if the camera looks okay, if he sounds fine, and like little things like that. And I think it's just at that point, because like Austin and Joey, and they all were like so inviting as well, when like James
Yeah.
kind of was like, oh yeah, this is my partner, like commenting or something. they're like, "Oh, so amazing! Isn't there like 3 o'clock in the morning back then?" They were like kind of very nice about it. It's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
so sweet. It's like supporting you." And then
Yeah.
slowly, that's how I started chatting with the people within community,
Mhm.
because I started joining these streams because I was like, well,
Yeah.
I'm interested in this as well. And
It's
so
fun.
at first I watched it, silently, just the dweller in the
Yeah.
background.
An observer.
And
Yeah.
then
I get it.
then slowly I started commenting and started chatting with people within community, like Jose Plus, as I say, like Joey, Austin. Then I met you, Philly, as well. I think in one
Yeah.
of the streams we just started
Mhm.
chatting, and then I started following you, and just slowly it kind of became part, I think, of our both lives, to be honest. And
Well,
I mean,
I
now
think
we
coming from my perspective, I think it's always good to see females join this hobby because it's mostly a predominant male hobby. But
yeah.
it's good to see females, and I encourage, and I've from like I would love my wife to join, but she's got like she's more into health and wellness and fitness, and that's her side, and I try to kind of join with her in that situation. But it's always good to have females because they bring a different perspective and way of thinking of how collect and how to take photography, and I think it's always a plus, especially with you, and then there's others. Mandy, she's amazing too. She's done photography for a long time, and you'd be surprised. There's a lot of great, talented female photographers, and they do an awesome job. So kudos to you too. I think it's one of those things where I'm a little jealous, Jim, but it's okay because it's like, oh man, I wish my wife can join me, but you're a lucky guy. Don't mess it up, man. No, I'm kidding. But it's good. It's nice because so it's good because it's something you both can share and you can talk about it. And not only that, but you can motivate each other in regards to if you ever have, like you're saying right now, you're having a pause. So you can kind of motivate each other in regards to, hey, I'll do this and you do that. So kudos to you too. Right now, it's great to get to know you. Let's go ahead and say hi to the chat because we've got quite a few people here. But again, thanks for joining. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, and comment. Welcome aboard. Right now we have are you saying hi to Loki? But Calvin, hey, sup, big bro? Hey, y'all, how we doing? I keep seeing that, and I think it's you two seen White Man Can't Jump? Just reminds me of Wesley Snipes
I've
and
never
Woody
seen
Harrelson.
that, no.
You have
not
to
seen that
watch
film.
that film. It's really funny. But
I've heard it's good, yeah.
thanks for joining, Calvin. Really nice guy. I don't know if you guys met him, but really cool. We live close nearby, so we're good friends, and he's definitely
nice.
a local. So, and then obviously this fine gentleman right here, AJ Marison, Geo Movie Canon. Then we got I think you guys know this guy, Harrison. I don't know. He might look familiar.
Yeah, I've heard that name before, but I'm not sure.
Thanks for joining, Harrison. I appreciate you. We also got the infamous Valkyrie Magnus. Hey, how we doing? Thanks for joining, buddy. It's always good to kind of have everybody coming here and support you in regards to your beginning shows. And Moz, thank you for joining. We appreciate you. Followed. Awesome. Thank you. And I believe he's saying hello. He has amazing tools. He's an amazing photographer. If shout out to Moz, he does have a toy photography show on, I believe, on Tuesdays. Check out, follow him. It's a really cool, informative show. I always try to tune in once in a while. Valkyrie says, "Great intro, Philly. Thank you very much." And I believe that's it. Let's continue with. So, going back to getting to know you two. My question for each individual, we can go back and forth, but we'll say for you, what is your top favorite intellectual property? Would you say Star Wars, DC, or Marvel? You can start, Jim, if you want.
Between those three, or just intellectual property overall?
You can say if it's a different one, you can go with a different one. But what is your top favorite that you love shooting with your camera?
So my favorite, with my camera. See, that's different because, all right, my favorite IP would be Resident Evil. My favorite thing to shoot at the moment, though, is probably Star Wars. or Alien, just because those figures are so much fun to shoot. Like Vita was saying, Darth Vader, so that is a tough one. But favorite IP, definitely Resident Evil. Of the big three, I'd have to go DC. But then
DC?
that's purely Batman.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because
Yeah.
of Batman. Like Star Wars, it's an absolute banger. I do love Star Wars.
Something wrong with that. I think you are a kind of undercover Batman fan. I do see a lot of your work with Batman, and I love it. So, what about you,
Need to
Vita?
do
What's
more.
your favorite IP that you like to shoot?
Henry Cavill.
It's like, what's your favorite IP? I didn't say actor. Like Henry Cavill. above
anything Henry
torso.
Cavill in it.
He is IP to her.
I don't blame you. He's really good looking. Yeah.
It's a running joke now, especially like in our chat with Harrison, because Harrison is big Henry Cavill fan as well. So when I meet a fellow Henry Cavill loving person, it's always good fun. These questions are always really hard for me. I always struggle to single out the specific thing. So for example, I would love like Harry Potter universe is something I'm very fond of. Even if we don't have all of the figures for Harry Potter, is something has really big place in my heart. If they would do the trio older,
That's a lot. A lot of people are asking for those. Yeah.
Yeah, I would go for those 3 figures, no questions asked. But at the moment with the kids, I just don't know. I don't have as big sentiment with the I think first 2 movies. While I love the first movie, I prefer the darker, a bit more grown up part of it. And maybe just because I was a bit older when I kind of got into Harry Potter. I definitely was older than Jim, because Jim is literally kind of familiar with Harry Potter from the first book, and he was like similar age as Harry Potter when he was reading it. But in regards to that, I would probably go to DC as well, because Superman is probably one of the favorite superheroes ever. I prefer it to Batman, not just because it's Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Just the Superman for me is a Superman.
Yeah, that's what you
while
say.
The Batman is just a rich guy, right? It's just a rich guy. He just has so much money, he can do anything he wants. He can transform.
I mean, he's
himself.
smart and butch at the same time. You know, he's got some stuff.
But
Yeah,
they're
I
not.
suppose,
They're
but
not Henry Cavill
aliens.
though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So yeah, I always struggle to single out my favorite things. It's just because I like so many things. Like I just like so many different things. It's always a struggle. And lately, I started liking horror like slowly more and more. I'm blaming Harrison and Jim on that.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
So
I'm kinda with
slowly
you, too.
I'm becoming a horror fan as well.
Yeah. I've
Horror's
never
where
been a
it's at at
horror
the
fan
moment.
before, and all of a sudden, like all these companies are dropping these really cool figures that are, horror IPs. But it's funny. Did you know that Henry Cavill, he auditioned for Batman Begins? He could almost would have been Batman if.
I did not know that.
I knew that. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that
Interesting.
auditioned. In fact, he was in because he was a kind of a starving artist, actor. He was and he lived in LA for a while, and he auditioned for Superman Returns back in 2005. The Bryan Singer version, didn't get it, and he ended up doing that shortly. The Batman Begins, didn't get that obviously, and then sure enough, it's like that's a good definition of just persistence. Just keep trying and trying, and eventually you're gonna end up being what you were destined to be. And I think, honestly, my opinion, he's like the perfect Superman. If you read the comics, if you saw his drawing, it literally looks like Henry Cavill. And I don't know, some people, I'm shocked that some people don't see that, but I just see it. It's like he's like the perfect Superman. So no shade on the cornbread guy, but anyway, yeah. I don't know.
Bless him.
But anyways, that's awesome. That's good to know. So you two are. I'm a DC person too. I love DC. Obviously, I'm more of a Batman person like Jim, but he's my go-to character. Batman. It goes Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and then Spider-Man. Those four characters are my top favorite.
Nice.
You usually, obviously, you can see my wall on Instagram. You can obviously tell. Okay, yeah, he likes Batman. So, but that's awesome. So one question, I want to know, like, like kind of like a personal, but not personal. But I heard you guys have a cat, a kitty. You got a kitty?
We
Yep.
do,
Pet?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's
What?
the,
What's
latest
what's?
addition.
Yeah. What? Tell us about a she or he?
She, Luna.
She. What?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Luna.
Luna. Okay. And
Yeah.
adopted, rescued, or just
It's kind of adopted. So like I think in UK, even when you like adopting the kitten, you have to like pay for it, even if it's
Yeah.
like a rescue
right. True.
situation. But this wasn't kind of from the shelter, as we both really wanted a kitten like from the young age. We just wanted
Okay.
a young kitten and bring it up like together. So the shelters didn't really have much young kittens,
Mhm.
especially near us within like appropriate driving distance.
Yeah.
So we just found her like we have this website called Pets at Home or something. And I was feeling actually unwell one Saturday, and I was just like just somehow my brain was like, let's see what that website has.
Yeah.
And we were recently on our show, actually, I think, spoke about cats, and
Yeah.
Sal was part of it, and he then sent me
Yeah.
pictures of his cat Ava, and she's so pretty. And I was like, I think as it was obviously on my mind, and we've been speaking about getting a kitten for a long time.
Okay. Yes,
I
good.
just went online and I basically took a screenshot of Luna and I sent it to Jim, and he like literally within a minute came from
You're sold.
this room to the living room, and he was like, oh, that's very pretty, like send
She
me
was
the
adorable.
link
Yeah.
to this kitten. And obviously I sent him a link, and then he saw it's a girl, and then he was like there just reading through it, looking for like good 15 minutes or so, and he was like, so should we get her? Do you want a kitten? Should we get her? I was like, if I didn't want a kitten, I wouldn't send you a picture in the first place. Just randomly, I wouldn't just send you a kitten picture. So he's like,
I'm
should we just
getting
really get her?
I'm getting flack here. You're not paying attention if you haven't seen Luna yet, Philly. She loves the camera.
She's quite popular.
Yeah,
Everyone
she
Harrison
loves the
show,
camera.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean,
so,
I
yeah.
love pets, and congratulations. I mean, it's definitely something, I
Cheers.
guess you know, to kind of share with both of you along with your hobby. I recently I have 2 kids and no pets, but my unfortunately my mother-in-law is sick, so we've actually been dog sitting for the last 2 weeks. And I was gonna say, like, it's a different it's a different animal, if you want to say. It's a whole different animal, because they require a lot of attention and care. And I've always been an animal person. Growing up, I had cats and dogs, but I think I remember I developed some kind of allergies with cats. But this is like a
Oh.
poodle mix, and I believe they're hypoallergic, that you don't really
Correct.
usually
Was it a
find with
cockapoo?
them. Yeah, and his name is Romeo. He's a male. He's about, I think, 7 years old, and if you do the math, I think that's around my age. If you look at it, he's very, very chill,
is, yeah.
very chill. Like he's chilling right now, right here down, and he just likes to take naps. He eats and just relax, and I'm like, that's kind of like me. So in a way, I'm kind of enjoying it. And I always just want to see how your experience was with Luna, and hopefully you're enjoying yourself because animal, they definitely make you feel good after a long day at work, and you're like, stressed out. And it's always nice to come home, because all they do is they look up to you, and all they want to do is hang out with you. So
Well, it
Exactly.
created competition in our house because she actually prefers.
She likes to sit on Vita more.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
she
She's
prefers
more
to
comfortable
sleep with
now.
me.
Yeah.
I get like a sleeping kitten on my lap almost every day. If I'm just there to like sit down on a sofa, she will come and lie down on me.
She'll sit me if Vita's not there, but if Vita comes over, she'll kind of look and be like, yeah, I'm going to move. I'm just like, where's the love?
my wife
It's
is
all right,
like,
I forgive her.
my wife's like, "Hey, Romeo is just like you. He likes to sit around all day, not do nothing, relax, chill." And like, it's really funny. He doesn't even want to go down the stairs because we live in a tri-level. So every time I want to take him to go to potty, I have to like pick him up because he doesn't want to do it. He'd rather hold it. And he's just chills. Yeah. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, hopefully my mother-in-law recovers and he'll go back. But I guarantee you, the first day he's gone, I'm gonna start missing him because he's just, yeah, he's adorable. Surprising, yeah. But anyways, let's get going. We're gonna go start with the photography session of the show. I wanted to kind of, I like to pick about a couple of people on Instagram that have their work, and I touch base with them. They're okay for me to share their work, and it's usually people that, you know, I see something specific and I like to talk about it and kind of break down their supposed routine of how to break a shot. Some of these are very elaborate. Some of these are very simple, but no matter what, they're still effective. And let's start off with, let's see here. I know you guys know, let's see. I believe, oops, sorry. Where are you guys? There we go. Technical difficulties. It's I feel like you guys seen those what is it, the artists, the musicians that are street musicians that have all these like instruments on their back and on top. I feel like that. Like I feel like I have to it's a one-man band. It's very impressive what they do because it's difficult. Yeah. It's insane. It's like how do they do that? It's like I don't know, but let's see here. Share screen. You know, this gentleman is quite impressive. Look at this.
Oh,
we just
who is that?
I haven't seen this one yet.
Now, are these stock eyes or are these those customized?
No, these are stock. These are stock eyes. Yeah.
Wow.
That's what
you captured it very well. Like it looks really good. Like those, you know, it's very difficult. What's that? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if the colors are ever off on my photos, it's two reasons. One, I'm colorblind, so I don't see them the same way. And two, it's also because I haven't then gone to ask Vita to color check my photos. So she normally helps with that process of it. So, however I got the eyes like that, that's a happy, happy mistake. But yeah, there we go.
No, that looks great. I know that. Yeah, it's just you could say they glow. You know, they look like they're like they kind of glow sometimes. I think in the few shots, the Sith eyes tend to also like either they reflect the light or they glow in some situations, but it just depends on what material you're watching. But yeah, they look really good. The one question I was going to ask you, what lens were you using? Because it's very difficult to get portraits and macro shots. This is a very well job done because you have most of it in focus. You just have the important stuff is in focus and then it kind of blends out. But what do you want kind of sharing your steps and also what tools did you use in order to get this shot?
Yes. Yeah, sure. So first of all, I use so I have here's my thing, a Sony camera. Here we go. It's just an A6400, so it's an older APS-C camera. But I've got a nice Sony G Master lens on this. It's the 90mm f2.8, which is a really, really nice prime lens. It's
that's a good investment. Yeah, it's definitely a popular one.
It is good. It is a popular one. It was Reverse Zio that recommended it to me actually, because when I got into buying the camera, I asked him a lot of questions about it because he knows his stuff. And he recommended this camera and that lens, and they're basically my workhorse for a lot of what I do. I have a zoom as well, a Tamron zoom, which I like to use for street photography and stuff like that. But for most of my figure stuff, I use this one lens, and it's a beautiful lens. And I'm glad you brought up the focus actually, because I've recently learned. So I used to be, when I first started, the kind of guy that was like, put the aperture as low as possible. Do it to like f2.8, f like whatever. And then I learned actually that there's kind of optimal numbers that you can put it to, and this camera works really well if you have it higher, like a 6 to 8. So I've started working around with that, so kind of like a deeper depth of field, and it's improved the sharpness and quality of my images. And as you say, you can kind of get a lot more of the actual face in focus. So rather than like just his nose or just the eye, I'm getting now pretty much all of the face, not quite all of it, because it is quite difficult when you're working with a subject like this and it's quite close. But yeah, that's how I managed to capture it here, and it's a lot of just fiddling around with the camera. Lighting wise, I just use a couple of tube lights, and then I have an LED panel light just for an overhead light as well, and that's how I kind of got that glow. Obviously a red RGB on one panel light, and then the other one just slightly behind me, just to kind of frame him slightly. And yeah, that's just roughly how I got this image here.
I like the color, the color red in figures. Like with any type of lighting, it enhances the color. I don't know about you, but whenever I do something that it's in red and you put a light next to it, it just brightens up the color much better on the figure for some reason.
It does.
It
really pops in this.
I have a display of, especially with an amber color of light. I have a display of Spider-Man, my whole display of Spider-Man, it's in the back. And it's obviously Spider-Man, all red suits. Most of them are red suits. Yeah. And I have an amber color, LED color around it, and it just enhances that red. It makes it pop much more. And it's definitely something to consider when you're shooting anything that's red, obviously Darth Maul or, a Stormtrooper, anything that's red, and definitely enhances it. And this is what I'm talking about right here. It definitely brings that enhancement on the color, and it looks really good. It pops great with the black as well. Nice job.
Yeah, I do like the contrast between the red and the black. That was something I love about Darth Maul just in general.
So let's see here. Let's go back here. So this one, a completely different opposite of the spectrum, and reason being is because we're working, instead of light, we're working now with texture and details, and I love it because it's very minimal light, but you're able to bring the textures and the details of this incredible figure. By the way, it's a beautiful figure. I don't know, you guys, I think you guys been shooting it for a while, but do you mind telling me the process you went through in taking this shot, and also what challenges you faced, and is this one of your your proudest shot that you've done? Because I personally love it. I liked it because it looks like a painting to me. It looks very beautiful. So
thank you.
Very ugly beautiful.
So I'm not, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not as precise, and I'm not as kind of technical as Jim, I would say. Sometimes I would go and ask him questions. Even to this day, I would get myself worked up with the camera, and I would have to call Jim and I say, what did I do? I got myself, mixed up with what did I do? Why I messed it up. So he's so patient, bless him. He will come then again, remind me each of the settings, what it does. And then, a month later, I'm going to forget it all. And I'm gonna ask him again which setting.
It's about repeating. You'll get the, trust me, you'll get there.
And he sometimes says, for the person who has really good memory, you don't remember this at all. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
It's one of those things, yeah. It's because she knows I'll help her out. That's why.
I think so. I think my brain is just you don't need to keep this information. You can fill it in with that information. Jim is there to help. I was avoiding this figure, and I was avoiding taking pictures of it.
Were you scared of it, or because it was so too big?
Because I'm not a fan of Alien, right? And I'm just slowly getting back to the horror and such. And
she didn't love this film either.
Yeah, I mean, his head, it looks like something, and I'm like, why? What is the appeal for it? Why the guys are so excited about it? It's just, what is about this figure you guys like so much? So
that's for a different kind of podcast.
I know, I was gonna say, yeah. Well,
I was very
moving forward,
skeptical. Yeah, moving forward, and then I was I took the pictures of majority of the figures we have some are better than others. And I was like, like I have to challenge myself, and I want to take a picture of all the figures we have. So one day I was just like, you know what, I'll take some pictures, because Jim took some amazing pictures of this figure, and I was like, I want to take my own version. So I mostly actually used James, how you call these lights we have on now, these big ones? So I used this light for like a background.
Oh, these are our panel lights.
Panel lights. Here we go.
Yeah.
See, comes to help. And then
they have a softbox on them, so there we go.
Shout out to Watch Your Six. I don't know if you guys know, but yeah, he says all of us men know exactly why we like to design of the Xenomorph. Yeah, enough said. Yeah, that's
enough said, buddy. Yeah, and then I just use the same tube lights as Jim mentioned, and potentially this picture originally was a bit more neonic looking, a bit more blue and red. But when it came to editing, I didn't quite like those bright lights, and I kind of removed a bit of saturation, and I changed the tones a little bit. And as I was slowly working in it, because I wanted to make it a bit more like cinematic kind of thing, and I changed like the background. I wanted the figure to a bit like pop at us rather than just be in one with the background. And usually I just like go through this process, through the editing, where I just go backwards and forwards. I save the different kind of variations of it. Sometimes I don't even do it in one day because I get frustrated, and I just put it to the side, and then I go back and I'm like, actually I quite like this. And Jim's knows, like, I took these pictures, and I think the first thing I told him, I was like, oh, I think there's one or two are really good ones, and I said, but that's about it. But then
you do that quite a lot, to be fair. And I'm always like, no, there's a few good ones in here. And then
I see there's two different versions. I think there's one more like faded. Is this the same one or a different? Yeah,
no,
I see
it's the same one. It's just I like to apply the Instagram faded basically shadow on top.
Gotcha.
Because I kind of like I like that faded version, and Jim always prepares the sharp one, and I was like, you know what, I like the sharp one as well as much as the faded one, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna upload both of the versions because it doesn't cost me anything to have both of them there, and then people can like the different picture for different reasons.
You've got to follow your own creative vision, really.
Yeah, and then sometimes, it starts the conversation with somebody, like, oh, which one you prefer and things like that. So, yeah, I'm really not technical. As I said, I just move the lights around. The most challenging part was to make this figure stand. It was falling over constantly. And I was, like, getting frustrated. It's like, at the end, I think I even, like, leaned it towards the screen of the computer, just like slightly was leaning towards it, and I was like, here we go. And I like put something by his feet, and I was like, here we go, you kind of wedged in there so you won't fall over, because if I'm gonna break this figure, Jim might divorce me. So that's the one I have to be very careful with. It's like,
I have mine on the stand. I haven't removed it from the stand. It's like in the stand, so it's
I fell over a few times.
I've dropped quite a few figures in my time. I've had a few broken legs, a few broken heads, and stuff like that. So it happens. And, gravity sucks, but what can you do?
100%.
Maz saying that the matte version second helps the Xenomorph pop off the background a little bit more. Not a lot, but a little. So yeah, I agree with you, Maz. Yeah. But yeah, very well job done, and it's always good because kudos to you, because you force yourself to take a photo of something that you don't like, that you don't, you're like, it's okay, but you're learning kind of like your processes through that, even though, and then you actually end up liking the photo because it's something that you did, and it's not it's tied to you. It's not just somebody else's. It's your thing. So for people that, obviously they're starting photography and they are not sure about it, and they're like, oh, they're not enough figures, or I don't want to shoot this figure. Try different things, because it's like, it just, you might discover something new about yourself that'll help you in the next shot. And taking pictures of figures that you've never thought you would is definitely one of those things you can do.
100%.
For me, it might have the opposite. I don't have enough time, and I have all these damn figures. I can't keep up. I mean, I'm like, there's figures I've already passed out that came out like a year ago, and I still haven't taken shots of it. And I'm like, I gotta do it sooner or later, because it's like, what's the whole point of me getting the figure? I mean, I have a InArt Paul Atreides. I haven't even taken photos of that, and I got that like over a year ago. There's so many other figures I've gotten, and it's because I just don't have time. I just try to keep up as much as I can. But
Takes a lot of time.
That's collector problems. That's not really. That's not really.
I
It's
also
like,
like to go back to obviously to the figure. We don't have obviously a lot of figures. It's basically almost all of them you see behind us. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? I want to go back and retake the pictures of the figures I already taken, because I can see how I can improve.
Keeps it fresh.
Like
as well.
now, I have like my very first pictures of Darth Vader, which I hated, and I was so frustrated. I remember I came to Jim and I said, I hate this Darth Vader. Such a horrible like figure.
the battle damage, or the
everything.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The
Kenobi one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
one
Kenobi one,
behind
okay.
me, yeah. It's the Obi-Wan, yeah. And now it's my one of the favorite figures to take pictures
There
of.
you go. Yeah.
And they are one of my most favorite pictures I ever taken. I think like on my Instagram, like one of the pin ones is like the Darth Vader profile, like in red background. And I honestly was like, this is one of the pictures where I was so proud. I was saying to Jim, I might want to make a print out of this one.
Go back.
Because
Yeah.
I'm really happy with it.
Or go back to it. Yeah. You're absolutely right. And it's good. I mean, it's too bad. Too bad. You guys should be friends with people in your neighborhood that collect Hot Toys, that you guys can like swap figures and I mean, you guys can technically do that yourself. So I mean, that's always a
We
good
can,
thing. So.
to be fair. Ours is a bit of a trek though, so but maybe.
But it's
And we have
worth
both
it.
the same
Possibility.
figures actually.
So moving now, we have I want to talk about one of our Instagram buddies here, Edwin, the TheSpideyCollector. His technique, it's
Amazing stuff.
yeah, his shots are very, very crisp, and also they're just focused on the subject alone, and I love it because it's just saying, hey, this is the figure, nothing to see behind here, just the figure, focus on the figure, and look at the amazing lighting, and bam, there you go. Look at that. So shout out to Edwin, the TheSpideyCollector. He does a lot of great stuff. He likes mainly Spider-Man, like mostly Marvel, but he focuses on that stuff and just does an amazing job. And then his posing is out of this world too. I mean, look at this. This actually is one of my top favorite Spider-Man figures because of the colors that pop so well. And
It's the Amazing Spider-Man, isn't it? Is it the newer one?
no, this one is the final scene from Spider-Way No Way Home, I believe.
Oh, with the snowy roof.
The snowy roof, yeah. Because of the sheen.
Very nice.
I love that sheen. That there was like a kind of pattern on the blue, and the red was very vibrant, and it was a small little scene, but I think the new one from Brand New Day is somewhat similar to this, but less toned down, I believe. I think that was probably a little too vibrant for them, but it was a questionable CGI scene, but it gave us a really good figure.
Well, that's true.
And
that is true.
And yeah, I love this figure. I don't think you have this one, but it's definitely one to look for if you ever see something that's going for sale, and then you always consider a Spider-Man. I'm very particular about Spider-Man though, about the mask and the eyes. That's always been the thing. I don't care about the suit and the patterns and all that stuff. It's always the mask and the eyes. So for you guys, for you two, I know you two are somewhat of Spider-Man fans, but what best version of Spider-Man mask is your favorite that you've always liked? It can be from the comics or the movies. What version do you like the most? The Sam Raimi, Peter, was it Tobey Maguire? It could be the Garfield one. Let's go with you first, Jim.
So for me, I grew up with the Sam Raimi films. That was like my not my first introduction. So I grew my first intro to Spider-Man was the cartoon.
Right.
Right. So we had it on a channel called
In the
Fox
90s?
Kids, right? That was my first.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
one. So I really love that iteration because that was, it's my intro to the character. That's the first thing I saw, the first thing I grew to love. But I, to this day, just love that Sam Raimi suit, especially from, he's pretty much the same film to film, but from the first Spider-Man film, 2002.
What do you think of the
2002
What do you
that
think
came
of the eyes? Because they went when they first made that suit, they went against the tradition of making the bottom portion curved up. It was more like
Yeah.
pointy. Did you like that, or do you think that was a little?
For me, I did like it because I was quite young. Because I'm born in '92. I don't think it ever became. I wasn't comparing, so for me, it was just
Right.
like, this is a suit.
Take it and
I
like
really enjoy it. Yeah.
Right.
So ever since then, it's never bothered me. The thing that I fixate more is the logo and the webbing around the suit, and then the colorations. Those are the things that I focus on most because I really liked the raised webbing look from Sam Raimi.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing that I focus on, to be fair, when it comes to that. So I'm gonna say my favorite Spider-Man might be Tobey, but there's something to be said about Andrew Garfield, to be honest. I loved Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I thought he was excellent. Not
They
my favorite
had
suit
they
design.
had two which one did you like the best, or out of the two? Because I know there was Amazing and the part 2 were very different because I believe
Amazing
the
Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider.
Yeah, that was my favorite of the two, but I did like both films. I remember a lot of people, I didn't realize at the time, but a lot of people hated the second one. I thought the second one was quite good, actually, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah, I feel the same way
enjoyed it a
too.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it was very
surprised that
sad too towards the end. So it was
Yes,
but it was good that
which was different. I loved that change that they made. Like,
right.
kind
That
of
was a
swerve.
big risk, but I
Yeah.
mean they did kind of follow the comics, so it was kind of known. But I'm glad that he got the full circle in No Way
Same.
Home, that he was able to save
Same
MJ. What about you, Vita? Which Spider-Man for you, particularly in the mask, is your favorite? Like, which one do you?
So, like, again, I'm that annoying person who likes a different version of Spider-Man for different reasons.
Mhm.
I like a Tobey version because it's nostalgic and something I
Right.
remember watching as a child. I love the Andrew one because I found it, maybe at the time, I found it much more compelling, like Peter Parker, because he more looked like a moody teenager kind of thing and going through
Right.
stuff rather than Tobey. Tobey seemed a bit too goody awkward kind of guy for me. And then Tom Holland came and I was like, oh my god, he fits in so perfectly. He is
Right.
like in between Tobey
A
and
good
Andrew.
combination. Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like he got like the best parts from the both and like kind of glued it to his version of Spider-Man. So there is like none of them are the ones I would hate. I love them all, but the costume wise, I think my favorite one might be the Andrew one. I just like the pop of colors because I kind of obviously like mostly talk about original like kind of costume, like the one you see first in the movies. So because obviously Tom Holland had so many different variations by this point, you know, Iron Man, Spider-Man suit and all sort of things.
Which Andrew did you like, though? The first movie or the second one? Because the first one was what people said it looked more like a basketball suit, which I know what they were trying to do, but
yeah.
you know, because of the backlash, they end up fixing it in the second movie, which it made it more comic accurate.
The one which he had the spider on his back, and it was like quite like bright blue and red, I remember, because I just liked the pop of blue on that one, because I found on Tobey's one the blue was like more darker, wasn't it?
Muted.
If I remember correctly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're probably talking about the second movie that they were a little more comic accurate.
So. I think that was the second one. Yeah, because it was quite bright blue pop kind of thing, and I remember it was like this red spider on his back.
And I know for a fact, I think Mark Webb, the original director from when he did the first one, he wanted to kind of, that was around kind of like Batman Begins, Dark Knight, James Bond, what's his name? The last James Bond actor.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. So they were trying to be more
That's the one.
realistic and grounded. So I know Mark Webb said that he wanted to make a suit that Peter would make out of his stuff around him, like using supplies. So he would try to like kind of model it more like a skier and a basketball player and like a kind of an athlete. And it was great thinking, but unfortunately it backfired. A lot of people didn't like it, so he ended up fixing it in the second movie, which it made it more accurate. So you can't win them. I mean, you win. It's hard to please everybody, but I think the second one was much better.
I think the idea is good, right? Because potentially that's what it is. He is making the suit on his own. It's not like he gets all these super materials and such. But I get the accuracy issue and such. Yes, that's the one. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I just liked how that red spider looked on his back.
It's one with the red on the blue, isn't it? Yeah.
Funny enough, I hate spiders, but this one time where
Spider-Man though, he gets a free pass.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on. We have shout out to Edwin and the TheSpideyCollector. I will provide his link. Follow his work. He does amazing work with Spider-Man and an amazing job.
He's always really supportive as well.
I was about to say that. Yeah, he's always very nice and supportive. Yeah.
Next, we have Brian Toy Freaks, and he does really good shots too. He's a big part of the community, but I believe this was the suit you're talking about, or were you talking about the first one?
No, that's the one. Yeah,
this is the one. Yeah. But yeah, this one I personally like because it reminds me of like the 2000 comics. I think they did because the eyes are more traditional, they're more open wide, and
that's
it's
what I
more
like about that one as well.
Vibrant and so it gives a little kind of hint of a little bit of the raised webbing from the Rami verse, and it was a good people when they first saw it, they were so excited, and they were like, this is it. And somehow, so for me, in regards to what we're talking about, the Spider-Man, for me, I think, and it's really weird because people are going to think it's the same suit. No, it's the Tom Holland Civil War suit. I think I know it was CG, it was computer generated, but the proportions of the mask, the eyes, and I didn't like the weird like black trimming on the suit, but again, I was talking about more like the proportions and the face and the mask. I think they did a brilliant job with the shape of the mask, and believe it or not, it's very different from when they did Far From Home or Homecoming. It was very different, even though it was the same suit. You could tell differences, and it was because it was different artists behind it, different CG artists. But the Civil War Spider-Man, if you look at it, it's peak because I don't know why the eyes. It's just, for me, it was more like a comic, inspiration from like Ditko, from Alex Ross. You guys heard of Alex Ross, and his stuff is very realistic because he models his art from from realism, from actual models, and he does a lot of cool stuff. You guys heard of Alex Ross, right?
I am terrible with comic book artist names.
So Alex Ross is the artist that does the painting, the comic painting. You've seen a lot of his work. I'm sure if you see it, you would probably recognize it. But it's just more form fitting, and it looks like it's like they're wearing PJs basically. Because when you see art, right? Comic art or a painting or something, or something dynamic like a comic book or a cartoon, they make it perfect. Like, a suit doesn't really fit your body. It doesn't suck into your skin and makes it perfect. It actually is. It's actually, there's creases, there's folds, there's all this stuff. So Alex Ross is one of the artists that did stuff more traditional because he would incorporate comics with realism, and all his paintings, because they're all paintings, he would use actual live models to create his art. When you ever get a chance, if you look, I know if you're not big into comics, but it's actually art. You can actually research Alex Ross, and you'll recognize his work. It's well known. But anyways, going back to Brian,
he uses watercolors as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, watercolors
That's
as well.
really
Yeah,
awesome, yeah.
He's been doing work for a very long time.
Yeah, but
he often
it looks amazing, to be honest.
Yeah, he often comes to San Diego Comic-Con and has like a whole gallery, and it's beautiful work he has. So, but yeah, going back to Brian, like I love his work because it just, again, it focuses on the figure. You have his oops, I'm going too soon. He goes he has a lot of stuff where his poses are very dynamic, and look at that, that's really cool.
How does he get that? That's impressive. Posing takes so much work to get him to look natural.
That's that's
so
a whole
tough.
separate art on its own. Yeah.
Oh, it really is. It really is.
and
You
it's
almost have to study like how humans move, and then you kind of like that. I've watched a few videos like Posing with Peter and people like that, and the way they talk about it, I'm like, wow, I never think about it in this much depth. But then when you see what they can do, even just from like really stoic, basic poses, it like just brings a figure to life.
Natural.
And
Very
it's
natural, yeah.
it's so good. I'm still trying to learn that mastery, to be honest with you.
Well,
He's a
it's
great-
if you're not, the thing is, it's very difficult because some people, it's totally okay if you feel this way. They don't want to mess their figure up, and that's perfectly fine. Some people just don't care. I'm right in between there. Like I'll test the figure limits, but also I've known to break a few figures before, a few legs,
I'm
a
with
few
you.
arms, and
I'm with you,
it's kind of a learning experience. So these things
Silicone
do cost.
bodies as well.
Yeah,
I just don't
yeah.
I worry about them, but
Yeah, I'm
They-
terrified to move them around. I
Are
usually
you?
call Jim and say, "Can you make like the figure to do this and that?" Just because
Yeah.
if you're gonna break it, then you're gonna break
It's
it.
your
I don't
fault.
want to
some
break
are
it.
more fiddly
Yeah.
than others as well. to be fair.
Brilliant,
But yeah.
brilliant.
I did
That's brilliant.
when we got the Apollo trade days. I did
Look at this
break
one.
the nozzle like thingy, whatever it's called, the breathing.
Oh,
thing.
yeah, everybody broke that. That's
Yeah.
not
Yeah, to
technically
be
your
fair.
fault.
I
Send
was-
me a free one. It's alright.
Yeah, I was
That's good.
terrified and mortified because it was like literally new figure. I think it was even before Jim did the unboxing review, and I broke
Mhm.
it already. And I was like, "I'm so sorry. It was an accident."
It's alright. You're not
Yeah,
you know.
This one right here, these Spider-Men are very well known to rip their crotch seam. I have a few ones
I've
that
heard.
if you pose them like this, they end up with like crotch.
This is why I have the Japan exclusive Spider-Man because I bought him when we went to Japan for a trip, and I
Yeah.
love his suit because it's like a spandex material, so it's so
Spandex, yeah.
stretchy. You can
Very
just do
stretchy.
anything with it. It is
Same
very
with,
stretchy. I
uh,
worry about it
with,
catching the
uh,
joints, but so good.
Yeah, I agree. I had the black Hono black suit Spider-Man. That was a dream to pose. That was a
Yeah, I
dream.
can
So same thing with the Homecoming beginner suit or Homecoming original homemade suit.
Where it's like the hoodie
it's
type
all-
thing.
Yeah, the hoodie. Yeah. So those are always fun. So, I get this. This is accuracy. This is realism. I get that, but they have to make us a classic Spider-Man that basically you can post the heck out of it. And not only that, but also I already have some ideas. Like if they would make a proper body just for Spider-Man alone, where you can extend the joints and you can pose it the heck out of it, along with also that texture, the cloth, that stretches. I think it would be perfect to come up with an ideal Spider-Man. But it doesn't
Easy
exist,
doable.
unfortunately. It should be easy, but it doesn't. It's not an IP unless they do like a comic version. That'd be really cool. But yeah, I have quite a few open crotches on my Spider-Man after so many years. I think the Spider-Man 2099, not the one from the animated movie, but the one they did couple years back, that he's got his whole butt's hanging out because his thing became undone.
Oh, jeez.
And it's Vita's like, but I'm learning kind of to do stitch work, and it's very easy to kind of patch it up the stitches, and
that's impressive.
it's
that sounds too fiddly for me. I just
but it's one of the things when you have all these Spider-Man and you end up posing them, and I'm one that kind of tends to, I shouldn't, but I'll pose them dynamically and I'll leave them there for a while, whatever you really technically shouldn't be doing with Spider-Man. It's because they end up stretching after a while. But kudos to Brian. I mean, he's a lot of bravery here with the posing, and he does amazing work. So follow Brian, Toy Freaks Collector Official. I'll put his Instagram in the link description. Let's move on to the next one. Now this gentleman here, JCool78. He's a fellow collector from my area. He does amazing work as well.
Oh, nice.
I like his whole presentation with the
that's professional level.
Yeah.
Really
the
good.
lettering in the back.
So dynamic and natural looking. It's crazy.
Yeah, the way like the figure kind of pops out from the background as well, like the color and the lighting is so nice. That's really
his
good.
posing is very top notch too. I mean,
100%.
Is that balanced, or is he edited out a?
I think
but that's mad.
that can be balanced. If he did balance it, that deserves an award on its own alone.
Yes, 100%.
Because if he was able to balance that, that's pretty impressive. But yeah, I mean, it's getting these dynamic poses in mid movement. And I like that they do different figures. Like this was not a very favorite figure. I don't know about you guys, but because they've made quite a few Miles Morales figures, and to me, this one was my favorite. A lot of people, they love the animated version, but I like this one better because it's more. I'm more of a realistic guy. But what about you guys? Do you guys enjoy the animated version, or do you prefer something more realistic type of person in regards to collecting?
Go either way. I quite like both. I love a good animated figure, but I like quite realistic as well. I think with Spider-Man, I could easily go either way, and especially with getting into more collecting gaming figures recently, and there's some incredible anime figures coming out that have been so tempting, and I'm starting to really appreciate the kind of animated looking figure form, just because they're getting so good with their paint apps now. It's literally like you've taken it out of the animation and cartoon, and it looks so good. And I really liked the Miles Morales, it's him, like not fully in his spider suit, like it's his animated head sculpts and stuff like that. I thought that was a really nice figure that Hot Toys did as well, so I really like that one. So I could go either way quite easily, to be honest.
For me, it's funny. For me, I've had a problem with animated. And when you said that the apps being better and they're improving on their materials and stuff like that, you're absolutely right. So it's getting harder for me because I've never been a fan of animated figures for some reason. I'll buy one, like if there's a really good one, I'll buy it. I'll take photos, but I usually just end up selling it back to somebody that kind of rather have it. Now, I've done that with minifigures like the 2099 Spider-Man from the actual I end up buying out of fear of missing out, FOMO, and I took pictures. The figure was a great figure, but it didn't fit in my collection. I ended up just selling it back. But like for example, the arcane figures, the V and the Vi or whatever you want to pronounce it, those are very tempting. I mean, they look great.
I've been having like a existential crisis with those of like, do I get them? And then I'm like, oh no, like because I love the show, but I'm like, do I want to collect? Like, I can't collect everything I love, otherwise I'll definitely have no money. So it's a tough one.
Yeah. What about you, Vita? Like, what do you think of animated figures? Definitely thumbs up or so-so, thumbs down. There she is.
Now.
Yeah. Nice.
She's gonna start making chaos now for sure.
Let's put you. Yeah, there you go. She's a sweetheart.
Go on laptop now.
She looks so grumpy.
She did look so grumpy.
She did not like that.
on the windowsill. Otherwise, she's gonna probably like log me out of StreamYard, and then I'm gonna
She does
have
like to
a
sit on
mess.
the laptop 'cause it's warm.
She does, yeah.
They
yeah.
do tend to flush toilets, so she might turn off your computer.
My gosh, she's
Yeah,
done
she
that
did
before.
that before on our stream with Harrison. She basically
Oh, yeah, she
turned
did.
off my laptop. She pressed so many buttons that it locked out, and I couldn't basically press anything to turn things off. It was yeah, it was quite a thing of things, yeah. But I kind of trying to not let her to go on the laptop now, especially she's older, because she's definitely just plops and press all the things around. Yeah, in regards to the figures, I definitely, with you, Philly, I lean much more to the realistic figures. I prefer when I do the shots to make the figures to look realistic. That's usually my point, to make the figure as alive as possible, as the human. Like, I love to get the angle to show the best likeness. For example, loads of people loved Snape, and I pre-ordered. I was very excited to get Snape in our collection, and I was disappointed with it, because I thought the likeness, it's not quite there, that you kind of have to look for the likeness. And I don't know if it's, it seems to be just me, because I haven't met another person who wouldn't, love Snape. I still have it in my collection. He just stands right behind me, but I'm very on the fence. What's gonna, what's the future of the Snape is gonna be in our collection? Is he gonna stay? I am looking forward to get like Dumbledore as well, so I feel like he would accompany Dumbledore well. And obviously, if the line would expand with I was about to say Darth Vader. Not Darth Vader. Oh my god, I forgot the guy's name, because I'm on the spot now. That's so bad. No,
the actor
from
or
Harry Potter. The Voldemort. Yeah.
Voldemort? Yeah.
I completely forgot. Oh no, Luna, you cannot go there. Yeah, so I do prefer everything more realistic like. And even this Japanese Spider-Man Jim chose in Japan, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm like, for me, it's like not much sentiment.
Souvenir.
Yeah,
Souvenir.
I was
That was
so
more for me, to
upset.
be
There
fair.
was like no figures I wanted to pick up available, so I was quite sad.
To
but
be
then
honest, I
saw-
actually just sold that Japanese Spider-Man. Unfortunately, it was a nice figure, but I needed to make room for other figures. So
If it wasn't a souvenir from that trip, I would have probably done the same. Just because
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
I don't have the passion for that version of that character. But
yeah,
it was awesome to just actually go into a hot toy shop and pick it up. So it's like
Oh,
an
yeah.
experience.
Yeah, but yeah. So in the short, I always go for realism, like all the time.
yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you, Vita. Definitely for sure.
These are amazing pictures. I literally started following the guy straight away, because that's quite of inspiration to.
Yeah,
I wanna
he's
play
awesome.
around with stuff like this a bit more, because I feel more comfortable when I do portraits. When it's like a
Yeah.
full shot, I struggle a lot more. So this is something like Philly, what you were talking about earlier. I want to do some of these to kind of get out of my element a little bit and just kind of
Yeah.
mess around creatively, because these are awesome. These are so cool.
But you already did some good photos, like dynamic like ones. Wasn't it the Spider-Man you did? It's like a Spider-Man flying in
Yeah.
like New York street, something. That
I
like
did in
I thought it
Crouch
was
and,
pretty good.
You can do a really cool Spider-Man like crouching pose with that Japanese Spider-Man. So I did a picture of
Yeah, you
that,
can.
and that was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's the figure I haven't taken pictures of yet. So here we
See, you
go.
should do
Maybe
it.
that's gonna
He's
be my
good
next
fun.
figure.
He's nice, colourful, and vibrant. You know.
Yeah, but no face. So I sometimes struggle when there's no actual face, because I like to kind of
You don't need to worry about
get
likeness.
expression through.
You know.
Yeah,
So
but
there's that. You got that freedom.
Well, shout out to J Cole 78, awesome fella. He does a lot of great shots. So
amazing.
I'll have
Well
his
done.
description and link. So that's the end part of our photography, showcase. Now we're gonna do something that I like to keep it a little bit shorter than less than 2 hours, about an hour and a half, because I'm sure you guys probably having dinner and I having lunch, but we'll wrap up in the next probably 40 minutes. But one of the things I wanted to share with you too is kind of throw you a little bit off your feet. And there's this thing I do with every guest, and what they do is I go through a 50 to 60. I get like a questionnaire, and it's mostly trivia that I think you guys would know, like stuff that you like or it's commonly shared with everybody. So it's not super hard. If there's anything that's if there's anything
I'm gonna get a stage fright and won't remember any answers.
Well, this is what we're gonna do.
Show,
I'll give you two the choice. You can do what I'll do is we do a 2 minute. I think I was doing 1 minute, and it was too much for, like, it was overwhelming because you're going through rapid questions, and you wouldn't know the answers to these because you're in a stressful situation. You kind of forget. So I bumped it up to 2 minutes, and basically is I do a questionnaire. You answer as many answers correctly, and then most of the answers are single answers or not open-ended questions. And it's stuff that you typically would know. And the most answers correct you have, puts you into the drawing of the 2026 winner of whoever has the most answers correct. I'm thinking about either it's going to be a gift card or an actual figure, and that'll be towards the end of the year.
Wow.
So
Generous.
right now we have obviously we have somebody
deep.
in the chat that is a reigning champion for now. He's got 13 answers correct, and that's Watcher 6. That's why he's a little concerned, because he might break his record. So he's kind of worried. But let's see if he can break 13. Mandy got 5, but the poor Mandy was the first one. So I'm gonna probably end up giving Mandy another opportunity because it was a brand new show. So I was kind of getting the feel of it. So. She only had 1 minute, but I gave her 2 sessions, 2 rounds of 1 minute each. So for you guys, you're gonna have the full 2 minutes straight. And what I'll do is I'll read all the answers, and if you know the answer, just blur it out faster, and I'll move on to the next one. You can interrupt me while I'm reading the question, and you can tag team. So for you guys, so you guys can tag team together. So if you know the answer, or whoever knows the answer first, just blur it out. And if you want to pass and you don't know the answer, just say pass, and I'll move on to the next one. So we'll start a 2-minute timer. I'll let you kind of give you a few seconds to gather your thoughts. So this is what I like to call, obviously, the
oh no,
the hot seat. So
oh no.
hope you guys are. That's Vita saying, "Oh no, I want to do this." Yeah. See, Watcher 6 saying, "Yeah, he's the king. Right? He's the reigning champion right now." So okay, so we'll start. Hear nothing but good things about the show. Thanks, thank you.
Harrison, you should watch that show. It's incredible.
So we're gonna start, and what I have unfortunately, I don't have a visual timer. I have a musical timer, like kind of musical chairs. So I'm still working on a visual timer. But this is a 2-minute musical timer. It's gonna start playing. Don't worry, I'll wait for you, Vita. And we'll start. No worries. We'll start, and then I'll give you. Again, any of you can answer the question, and if you don't know the answer, just say pass, and we'll go on to the next one. And as many answers you can get. You're going to hear at the end, by the 2-minute mark, you're going to hear a buzzard. And that's when you stop. And then what I'll do is I'll just jot down the number of answers you get correct.
I'll be happy if we get just one right. That's between us, we can do that. Yeah?
I mean, between 2 of us, at least 3, I would say, in 2 minutes.
It's always like, I'll get asked a question, I'll have the answer, and it'll just be like, it'll just fly out my brain. It'll just be like, bye-bye. And it'll come back to me 2 hours later. It's random.
All right. So, ready whenever you are, let me know, and we'll start.
Do it.
Okay. Don't dwell on the answer. If you don't know the answer, just say next.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll be a lot of next. Next. All right. And we'll starting now. Who played the main character in the adaptation of Assassin's Creed in 2016?
Michael Fassbender.
Correct. How many live action Predator films are there?
6.
I was about to
7.
say
7.
8.
Oh, I missed one.
What was unofficially Hot Toys' first artisan figure?
Oh, Wonder Woman, Warner Brothers 100.
Correct.
Yes.
In which city does Resident Evil 2 for the
Raccoon City.
PlayStation
Raccoon
takes
City.
place? Good job.
Even I know
Thank
this one.
What is Joker's real name in 2019's Joker film?
Arthur Fleck. Arthur Fleck.
Good job. 4.
Right, we got some.
What Hollywood couple almost played Captain America and Black Widow in the MCU?
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
Nope.
No, it's Ryan Reynolds and Scarlett Johansson.
Well,
Because
but
they were a
she is
couple
Black
at one
Widow.
point.
Nope.
Pass. I don't know. John Krasinski. Oh, there were a couple.
okay.
wasn't there?
What figure was InArt's flagship figure first release?
Joker.
Joker, yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Okay. Who played Nathan Drake in the Uncharted live action film?
Tom Holland.
6.
Yep.
What is the title of the second Lord of the Rings film?
The Two Towers.
7.
It's my favorite.
Who produced the very first magnetic base in the 1/6 scale world?
Oh, pass. I don't know. It's a tough one. It was. I was going to say that. Oh, look.
Who trained Lord Sidious?
Darth Plagueis. Almost.
8. Who did Han Solo shoot in the bar in the Star Wars New Hope?
Greedo.
9.
Yes.
What did Anakin Skywalker race in the Phantom Menace?
Pod Racer.
10. What's the term called when you pose a figure and oh, there you go.
Oh man, that was fun. I love that.
You got-
That was 2
you got
minutes.
10.
Oh, free
That
off.
was 2
damn it.
minutes. Good job. So close.
Ah.
So we have our reigning champion. Where is he?
Damn it.
He's like
I wonder if he was sweating there.
he's still remain
That was good
13. So
fun.
good. That was pretty close. 10.
Yeah.
That was really impressive. So good job, guys. But you know what? If you really want to come back, you could always welcome to come back to the show. You get another opportunity to beat the reigning champion. So good job,
I really
Vita
enjoyed
and
that
Jim.
video. That was great. Thank you.
I was like, Jim knows this. Jim knows this. Jim knows this.
Well,
Shouldn't have-
I
we sort of
tried. I
spent too much time on that
tried to
couple
kind
one.
of sprinkle in some there for you. Like I guess I don't know. Maybe there was some stuff there, or maybe it was. I mean, was there something in there like you kind of knew at all?
Yeah, it's just as I said, when I get on spot like this, I just get very
You
stressed.
yeah,
and it's
you
just,
shut down. It's
I
okay.
like kind of freeze. Yeah.
Do you want to go another round by yourself, and we'll give Jim
no,
the 10?
100% not. Very good
Well,
question.
good job.
They
Yeah.
were.
Hey, good try.
Loved it.
Good try, you
I'm
two.
gonna have to.
Awesome
I'm
job.
gonna have to steal some for our like kind of our stream to create something similar. It was
Awesome
brilliant.
job. Thank you. So great job, guys. And you know, it's kind of a beginning thing, but I like to. It's really cool to get people like out, like kind of out of their comfort zone and see how they
Yeah, that was a
react
lot of
in
fun.
like tense situations. So Jim, you did a really good job, man. You're all over that. So
Thanks, man.
uh,
I tried.
great
I
job with
tried.
that.
I really wanted that top spot, but watch us it. Well done. Because 13, that is tough. That's impressive.
Funny
Yeah.
fact, Jim has very bad memory for everything else in life, but this is like he remembers
True.
everything and anything.
Nerd facts are good. Like normally with actors and directors, I'm awful, but I managed to remember that Michael Fassbender one, so I'm happy with that.
Well, it's a kind of a mixture of questions. I try to do everything that there's some photography questions, but they were coming up there. It's like a wave. The first wave is kind of mixed to kind of throw you guys, and then once you get like past the first 25 questions or 20 questions, that's when it starts going more specific. And I believe
20
it's
questions in 2 minutes feels impossible. Jesus.
There'll be
Well,
someone that could do that. I guarantee it.
Oh, 100%.
yeah. Oh yeah. And but once you get into that zone, then there's like I believe I have photography questions. I have figure questions, which I already have a few in there. I had also some pop culture questions, and like I said, it's stuff that people it's not something impossible. It's something like even
Oh,
Jim was saying, I know that one, or and you just couldn't get
Yeah.
it out. So, but yeah, Valkyrie says, good
Oh,
to
thanks,
see you,
Valkyrie.
Jim Vita. Great show. Thank you, buddy. We
Aw.
appreciate
Definitely
you.
great show.
Hit that like on your way out. He's probably working right now. A lot of people are working at the moment, but I appreciate you guys
Yeah.
stopping by and kind of, giving your support. So now we're going to actually talk about what current, we kind of talked a little bit in the beginning, but any projects you guys want to talk about, streams, and you guys are doing a weekly stream with Harrison, which is really awesome. I usually try to jump in whenever I can. Do you want to talk about that, Jim, and share with our viewers?
Yeah, sure. So it's on Harrison's channel, Viking Collectibles. He's been in the chat. The show is called The Geeky Collector Vault, from pixels to plastics, and it's basically our focus is obviously 1/6 figures, but it's gaming centric. It's very gaming centric.
I've seen a lot
there's-
of
yeah.
streaming with games. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do. We do a live stream at the moment as well, where the three of us and recently David from Six Girl Shores are playing an online game together. That's been a lot of fun as well. But we
What was the last game
we
you guys were playing?
noticed Outlast Trials, a scary game, unfortunately for Vita. This is why she's getting into horror games now and films, because we're forcing it, basically.
Yep. Slowly getting there.
Yeah. See, Vita, we need to go see Obsession. We need to do Mandalorian and then Obsession, double bill. What we need to do.
Or you go watch Obsession at the same time I'll watch Mandalorian, and then we can
I
share.
want to watch Mandalorian as well.
Sorry guys,
anyway, yeah.
I'm completely forgot, but I had the news part and I completely skipped that. I'm just
Oh,
getting
bless
old.
you.
I keep forgetting stuff. But if you don't mind going through,
Aw.
because we had quite a few
course.
releases yesterday.
did.
Yeah,
let's-
we did. Yeah.
and then
And
we'll
this
go back
morning.
to the
Of
to the kind of so going here. I believe. Let's see here. Sorry, it's whenever you're hungry, you kind of forget stuff.
Bless.
Oh, like
We
I'm
had
getting
dinner
hungry.
before
My
the show.
oh, good,
Okay,
very
it's
smart,
lunchtime
very
for you.
smart,
Yeah.
smart thinking. Yeah, when you're empty stomach, I'm like, what am I doing now? It's just it's the age.
Food?
I'm just getting
What
old.
am I eating for lunch?
But let's see here. Present, share, share screen. Share screen. There we go. All right. So this is the one I really want to talk about, and I don't know if you guys are a fan of the Phantom Menace.
Yes.
But this is one that's been highly requested, and it looks like we finally got our wish. What are your thoughts, Jim, on the sculpt and the materials they're using?
So, for me, I think the materials look fine. And I thought the sculpt looked fine, but it has been pointed out to me that it is, it's not correct age-wise. It's the, I've seen people saying it's a reuse of the Natalie Portman sculpt that we've already got. For me, I'm fine with that. My thought process is, I love Phantom Menace. If I was only going to collect from one Star Wars film, it would be Phantom Menace, because that's one of the first cinema memories that I have. I went and saw it with my mum, so I really enjoy that film. It's not the best Star Wars film, but it's my Star Wars film. Really happy to see this. It does slightly sour me a little bit, because I'm like, where's Obi-Wan, guys? Like, like you're dancing around him quite a lot. This point, we got Maul, we got Qui-Gon, we got Jar Jar, and now we got Queen Amidala, and it's good.
We're
to see
getting
her
there
because
slowly.
She's quite a striking figure. I hope so. I do hope so. Maybe next year. But she's a really striking figure. I think she'll pop so nicely on the shelf. You got that like pure white face. You got the red coloration. I think it looks good. I think the Natalie Portman likeness is there. I think it holds up really well. I don't know. If Obi-Wan was around, I'd probably be tempted by this, to be quite honest. I haven't chatted with Vita much about this.
What if they have? What if they have like? Let's say by then they have a little Anakin, and an Obi-Wan Kenobi, episode 1. Would you consider this?
I would, because I'd think if there was any one Star Wars film I'd like complete the line on, it would probably be Phantom Menace. And I've got Maul. I would get the Artisan Qui-Gon, to be quite honest. And I definitely get the Obi-Wan. And then if they got Anakin, you might as well get him. and then you might as well get Queen Amidala as well, and then pretty much done for that. So yeah, I probably
What are your
would be
thoughts?
tempted.
What are you a fan of this film, Vita? What are your thoughts on the figure?
So, fun fact: when I was invited on Jose's Plus show to pitch the figure, this was my kind of original thought of pitch. I didn't pitch at the end. I didn't pitch at the end. I chose different figure, but this was in my thought process. I already had some mock-ups build up, and we just spoke recently when all the not such a great drops of Hot Toys for Star Wars happened. We literally spoke about it, and I was like, why there's no Queen Amidala? Why there isn't her in her iconic red gown just sitting there on our shelves? So yes, I'm a fan of the figure. I think it's so unique looking figure, and as Jim said, if you have this figure on your shelf, you have the presence, you have representation of the movie straight away. Even if you don't.
Uh-oh, we lost her.
Oh, she's dropped off. My internet's fine, but
it's okay.
You want to come join me over here? She loves the figure.
Don't worry. She likes the figure. No, I'm glad. I'm happy for her. So this might be some plus points for you, Jim, that you might be able to get this figure if she approves. So I know
this will be one I'll leave for her to PO, I think, if she wants, because I know it's something she's passionate about, and especially like a female representation in like Hot Toys and one-sit collecting. It's something she'd like to see them do more of and do a little bit better on as well.
It's also kind of a centerpiece on its own. I mean, it's kind of a centerpiece on its own. It really stands on its own. So
you know what's
you can get
interesting? When you see the figure of some of these characters, you start to notice details that you don't normally notice, like these pods at the bottom that she's got. I don't remember those, but they're there.
Yeah.
You know, so that's nice. I like that.
Yeah. Oh, we got her back.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome
I
back.
don't know what happened, but I was just talking and I just saw a white screen in front of me and I was like, what?
It was your kitty that Luna just jumped in there.
Yeah. I was like, I got so passionate that I got kicked out because it's too much passion. Yeah, I love it. I think it's a great figure, and I think this is going to be the figure to come home. If I'm honest, just because I like how well it looks. I hope they will improve it a bit further. I hope they would improve the tailoring a little bit. I find the fur pieces on the gown maybe slightly too thick, like at the front area. I think they seem to be slightly thinner on the actual character in the movie, but maybe it's just I need to have a better look at it because I did it I think me and Jim should do maybe the reacts video and just kind of compare the actual gown from the movie against the figure, because that's how I am. I kind of nitpicky with these things because I'm like, if I spend this amount of money on something to sit on my shelf, I want it to be pretty damn good, and I don't want to look at the figure and see the flaws. But so far so good. I don't really see many flaws, and I think me picking up on the gown is the nitpicking at this point because, as Jim said, I think the likeness is there for sure. You definitely can see it's Natalie Portman.
This shot right here specifically, definitely you can see it very well. Yeah.
Yeah, and the look, it's like the look, the expression. I think it's perfect, perfect. Like it suits the figure so well. So yeah, I'm excited about this, and like the hairpiece looks really good. Looks very smooth as well, which I like. So I'm interested to see more of this for sure.
I've noticed also the hands; they're very well painted and sculpted. I like the hands. Oh, I even like the base. Look at the base. Definitely goes with her. That's really cool.
The coloration is nice because it's the same base we've seen a fair bit, but they've changed. That's good. That's good. I like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys think? I mean, obviously, this is not a limited figure, but do you guys think this is going to go on waitlist right away?
I think so. I feel like in the past, whenever we were talking about this kind of figure, people were getting excited about, and they were agreeing with me. For example, I know Jose Plus, I think, will be very keen to get his hands on this figure. He's a big fan of Natalie Portman, of the character. So I think it made a lot of people happy. You know, I'm not super fan of Star Wars. I enjoy it. I like to rewatch it with Jim. But even I'm excited about this figure just because it's such a nice, fresh perspective. It's not another Vader. It's not another trooper. It's not another Anakin, because like it seems lately all the announcements for Star Wars were just like remakes of the figures we already have, and this is something new, and I think people are excited for it.
Yeah, do you notice, Jim, that it is an LED function, light up function, the USB?
No way. Wow,
this is
I
right
did
there.
Not clock on that.
I didn't see that either. Yeah, that's really cool. I didn't notice that. I think that's definitely a plus that they didn't have to, but they did. So
see, they pull out stops like this sometimes where it's just like, well, you wouldn't even expect it. Like they've come a long way with regards to like USB lighting, haven't they? Like, I wouldn't even have thought it for this. This is bad. That's quite cool. I like that.
It's very easy to hide in the back as well, so you don't have to the wire. So they did a really good job. Easy. So I wanted to share with you too the I did a custom, and let me just show you real quick. I don't know if you guys saw this one. Can you see it? Let's see here.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah. Okay. So this is, aside from that one, this is from more Attack of the Clones, but aside from that iconic one, this is my second favorite one because it takes her. I mean, obviously she was a senator in this film. She wasn't a queen, but it gives the hair, the braids, the crown. What this was is basically, this was a head sculpt from the Love and Thunder, and it was a seamless body I bought, and this was me like kind of learning how to do sewing and stuff like that. I still have a lot to learn,
nice.
But so I use. Thank you. And I end up kind of trying to recreate that scene from Attack of the Clones. So when he's getting out of the, I believe they're in Tatooine, and yeah. So wanted to share that one. So yeah, the one the good thing is if they have the likeness for her, they can pretty much create a series of Queen Amidala's / Padme's, because there's just so many different versions. I mean, I think there's two more that I actually enjoyed from A Phantom Menace. I think there was that one, and in fact, most of them were kind of almost Japanese influence, weren't they, Jim?
Yeah.
I mean, this is obviously Japanese.
There was like a black and gold, I think, gown as well. I really enjoyed. I just prefer the red one because it pops more and catches your eye more. But in a sense, that black and gold gown as well looks amazing. There's something, again, alternative look for sure. I agree with you, Philly. I think there's loads of opportunities with this figure.
Looks great. So yeah, this definitely was like a show stealer. The other ones, I'm not really. I mean, obviously, we've been waiting for these to build an army. I mean, if you are a fan of these, they did not the Coruscant. It was the desert planet that were a little more reddish in color. But these are the ones from the original Phantom Menace, which are a little lighter. And I think a couple of them, they seem a little flimsy. They seem like a little weak, but that was the intention that they did in the film when they did that, because afterwards they kind of came up with the upgraded in the Attack of the Clones, where they're the super droid battle droids. But owning a couple of these, it's really cool. I just remember the scene when the movie came out, when they're like compact and they fold out like a suitcase. I thought that was hilarious. But
I like
this
how
is something
upgraded these as well. Throughout the films, they start off emotionless, and by the third
Yeah.
film, there's a little bit of humor and stuff there.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, they were very comical. Definitely personality to them. But yeah, this will be actually good too to pair up with if you are getting Jar Jar. It'd be a good one to put together with Jar Jar.
They would be perfect, actually. Do you know what? A few years ago, if these had come out, I probably would have been all in on these now, but Hot Toys make so many different things now. It's hard
Yeah,
to invest
keep up.
in like these as well, because these would be, I guess, in a way what I would consider supporting figures. They could be figures in their own right, 100%, but for me they would be. And it's like the Droidica as well, the destroyers. Like
Droidica.
I really wanted one of them, and they finally made one. And I always told myself I definitely buy it, and it came out, and I was like, oh, but there's so many other things that I want right now.
You,
I can't
you're
justify
not
it.
alone. I actually did
Yeah.
skip on the Droidica as well. I regret it, but I mean, it's something I would have loved to have, but it takes a lot of space, and it's like I really didn't really care for.
It's quite big
Maybe
as well.
perhaps it's huge too. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
perhaps if they had an Obi-Wan episode 1, then I get a Droidica, but they don't.
Oh, I get
So-
2 of them for him and Qui-Gon.
Two-
Yeah, like,
exactly,
right at the beginning of the film, yeah.
Exactly. So, but yeah, this is something that I believe the stab comes in separately. But Clone Commando fixture, I really don't know this character much because I'm not much of a clone person, Clone
Same,
Wars person.
unfortunately.
So
yeah.
all I know is the same figure that they've been releasing with different colors, and you might as well call them Skittles or Power Ranger Trooper. So
that would be an interesting colorway actually for a trooper. I'd be interested in that.
yeah,
Rotter Red Hutt. We don't
Rotter the
know
Hutt.
about this guy yet.
yeah. Are you guys
Big
planning to
fan.
see the film, or are you gonna actually wait till it comes
Yeah.
out on digital?
We'll go see it. I mean, even
You go see it?
I've heard mixed reviews, but it's just fun to go out and see a Star Wars film on the big screen. There's not that many opportunities really to do that. So
No,
yeah,
you're
I'm
absolutely
looking
right.
forward to it either way.
And it is this what was it? The last time we had a Star Wars film was quite a long time ago. So it's always good to kind of go see and kind of support that. But
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, I heard
It's true.
I heard that this was fun, but not. I mean, right now, I think basically the way kind of like when the last movie I went to see was Mortal Kombat 2, and if you guys saw it, it's like just go
Same.
with the clean slate, just blank mind, enjoy yourself. It's an entertaining movie. Don't expect the Academy Award or anything. So I'm going to go in the same way with this film as well, and as well with Master of the Universe that's coming out soon as well. So, but yeah, this is really impressive. I think we need a Hot Toys Jabba the Hutt. I would be happy just to get a Jabba the Hutt from Hot Toys because I know Sideshow makes their version, but it's for some reason it's very, very high in price. And
Crazy price that one. Yeah.
yeah. So
It's a
out of
statue
the,
as well, isn't it? Mainly.
it's mainly it has some posability, but this one seems like it has full articulation because you can see the arms. They kind of turn the torso
Yeah.
too. But yeah, this will be interesting to
It looks pretty cool.
see this. Yeah. A big space oyster though. I have
Big
I have
space
the I have the dewback, and that I'm looking at that one. It looks great, but I'm like kind of regretting it because it is taking a quarter or a fraction of my shelf.
They are space hogs.
Yeah,
If you're going to build a display around this film, he'd make an excellent centerpiece, though, wouldn't he?
yes, you would.
Like a really
Yes, he
nice.
would.
Like if you got a whole like module case, like a 6 series for that could look pretty good.
And then this person, I have no idea who this is.
Is this the
Did-
the one to one? Yeah, the life size one. Yeah.
I know he's been
That's
in
kinda
a couple
cool.
of films. Yeah, he's been in
He
the
was in,
Rise of.
the series as well.
Was he?
Was he?
Okay. I think he was in. Yeah, wasn't he in? Wasn't this the guy or one of the fellas that kind of had? I think ended up turning C-3PO into the dark side in the Rise of Skywalker, or what was it? The last movie, which I don't even know which one was the last one. I think it was the Rise of Skywalker. And if you remember correctly, they took C-3PO to get the MacGuffin out of him, and they had to like switch him off because he's a dark side.
Yeah, that's true.
I think this
They had
is
to
the
reset
fellow
his
that.
memory, didn't they?
Yeah, I believe this is the
That's
one.
it.
So,
Oh,
but
it was definitely
They've
Mando
been-
season 3 as well. from what I remember.
right. Well, there's multiples, and then also it's like they've been big about one size scale of these fellas. Grogu, you have Stitch. I hear that one's a really nice. The Stitch one they recently released, the one scale Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
Heard that's really good. I think
Yeah.
Harrison got that in actually. Yeah, he said it's really nice.
His daughter got it, not Harrison.
Ah, sorry. True. True.
Get your
But, I mean-
facts right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good escape. I mean, I could say I got it for my daughter, but I'm just gonna get it for myself.
100%. Yeah.
There,
No, I think
Daryl's-
Harrison's daughter has actually saved up her pocket money to PR with herself. So I think it's very cute. She's very like into it as well, so it's really nice.
We have Daryl C. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for your support and being in part of the show. We got X-Men Supreme. Hey, Dave. How are you? Vitarina. And then Jim Barino. And then
Oh,
obviously Felicious. Fallacious.
delicious. I like that one. That's good.
I like these names. Thanks,
Rick
Dave.
Flair,
Good to see you, man.
Aristonnald.
Aristonnald. Babu Frick was one of the wrong. Yeah, Rise of Skywalker. That's what it
Okay,
was.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Now I do have a little advertising. I got Watcher 6. He does have one stitch for sale if anybody's interested. He does sell. He's an authorized seller from Sideshow. So if you do check out his Instagram, he definitely has a few figures that probably are waitlisted or sold out. So,
Oh, wow.
but yeah. So I mean, I was surprised they were going to do another drop, but they're really kind of pushing the Star Wars. One of the things I'm particularly excited about that it's not Star Wars is they acquire the Master of the Universe license, which I was a complete shock because
Yeah.
usually Mondo does that. And did you like Vita? Have you heard of She-Ra? Do you remember hearing about She-Ra or He-Man? I know it was kind of a while back ago.
No.
No, never. Well, if you're born maybe probably 20 years before I think I have my cousin. I grew up with my cousin, and we grew up kind of 80s, 90s, and He-Man was the essential figure before Power Rangers, before Ninja Turtles. It was a little bit after Transformers, but it was like the major figure line for all the kids, and everybody owned a Gray Skull Castle. They owned a He-Man figure. Well, She-Ra was the female version of He-Man, and it was like the twin sister of Adam. And if this film coming out does well, I certainly guarantee you they're going to make a She-Ra film or a sequel with She-Ra in it. And it's really cool because it's kind of like almost it's very similar to Supergirl, to like kind of powerful heroines, and she's got a really cool. If you like horses, she's got a cool unicorn with large wings. If you ever seen the Mondo, yeah, you'll love that. There's a lot
That's
of
so
colorful
80s,
stuff.
That's epic.
I know, right? Mondo made they make this 1/6 scale figures, but I believe it's from the cartoon and comics line, so it's not the movie line, which is kind of good because then Hot Toys was able to swoop in and get the license from the movie because they make it a little more realistic. But Mondo, I do own a couple of Mondo figures. I own, if you guys know from the He-Man Battle Cat, which is the cat he rides in. He's got like red stuff and he's kind of a green cat. I do own that from Mondo. The thing is huge. I mean, you could put a figure on top of it. But I'm saying is hopefully it looks like we have an 80s revival coming back again. If He-Man does well, we can get a She-Ra film or a sequel. Then there's an opportunity for Jim. Have you heard of Thundercats, Silverhawks, any of those
I've
properties?
heard of Thundercats, yeah. Those we used to have those. I apologize. Older cartoons pop up on Cartoon Network, which is our
There you go.
like kids channel over here. So I used to see stuff like that, like the Jetsons and stuff as well. So that was all good fun.
Hopefully we can see that. I supposedly it's not on track to do well, but I think hopefully with the good reviews, the out of theater reactions, it is. They are saying that it's a good film. It's a good watch. So
It looks
if
interesting.
you like, if you like that kind of stuff, I would definitely go go watch it. And right now it's the only way to see a movie is obviously in the big screen. It's really different when you see it, from versus home. And like I said, I saw Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I saw Mortal Kombat on. I haven't seen an IMAX film in a long time, and I really enjoyed it. It was a good experience that I haven't had in a while. And I think it was. What's that?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. We want to see it in cinema as well. And you know why? As you said earlier, while it's not amazing cinema, it's like just a feel good
So much
kind
fun.
of
Enjoyable.
So much fun to watch on the big screen. Yeah, enjoyable.
I don't think we would have enjoyed it as much if we'd have just watched it at home. I think because we went out to the cinema for it, I think we actually enjoyed it more that way. So I'm really glad we did that.
Agree.
Yeah. If I don't hear about Orko showing up, I ain't going to see him, man. So Orko, if you guys aren't familiar, Orko is like a funny character, part of the cartoon. And so far in all the trailers and all the promotional work, there's no sight of him. So that means possibly they're saving him for a sequel, or there might be a surprise cameo somewhere at the end, or the wizard guy. It was like the really funny little floating wizard with the red hat.
I never really watched He-Man as a kid, but I watched the Netflix kind of revival series, and I remember
he was in there too.
I remember that was quite fun. I enjoyed that series. I don't know if it's popular with the fan base, but I quite liked that. So I'd be interested to see how this film does, and if it's any good.
Yeah, I recognize the He-Man kind of thing. But I don't remember much about it.
It's iconic, to be fair. Yeah.
Let's see if I can show you the. Did I? Let's see. I'm just trying to share this thing. Let's see. Remove. Stop sharing. It says stop sharing, but I'm not even sharing. Okay. Let's see. Remove. At the stage. There we go. So that's how he looks like. So even if you don't know the character, just by looking at his silhouette, it looks very similar. Like it just unlocks memories. So, but hopefully we get to see him. But did you get also? Obviously, you have Jared Leto as Skeletor. And
that's gonna be interesting.
I know, but I hear actually surprisingly that he does a good job. So hopefully, let's cross our fingers. But
I feel like he's one of the most cursed actors in a way, because I feel like he's got the talent. Like he's a good actor. I mean, he was in what was that film with I have completely spaced on it. He played a cross-dresser.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
He was excellent in that. Dallas Buyers Club. That's it.
Yep.
He was excellent in that. But then every film where he's been like the lead, tanked. Like he's just not performed very well. So I'm like,
I know.
Hopefully he excels in this. Yeah.
Jared Leto, bad luck. But I think most of it. I think if he's a supporting actor or a villain or a side character, I think
that's where he shines.
We're safe. Yeah. We're safe. Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yep.
Hopefully we don't get the bad luck. So, but yeah, that's what's going on currently. Hopefully you guys, I'm definitely gonna enjoy the movies this summer. I'm looking forward to this film. I'm looking forward to many films, and including Brand New Day with Spider-Man. So, is there any films you guys are specifically looking forward to this summer?
June 3. Cannot wait for June 3. That is going to be incredible. I think. I keep watching that trailer randomly every now and again. Insane.
What about you, Vita? Anything specifically?
Yeah, June 3 as well, and Odyssey as well. I'm really looking for. I'm missing these big cinematic kind of serious kind of movies, not just easy ones.
Nice
I always prefer like a bit darker, heavier kind of cinematic experience. So I think this is going to be great.
Awesome.
It's a good year for
film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited, and I'm especially excited with if we get anything that, like, for example, there's stuff right now that we're getting that most of them are sequels, but also we're getting a good balance of new stuff that we've never seen before. Like, for example, you were talking about Obsession. That's a kind of a surprise hit for sure.
Really
did you two see it?
Excited to see that. No, I really want to see it. I didn't realize the director, he's only 26, but I've been watching him on Instagram for ages with his little skits. And I just started watching his first directorial debut, Milk and Cereal. It's free on YouTube.
Nice.
It's like a found footage horror film. It's quite good. So definitely check that out before seeing this. Just give you an idea of what he's like, but it's cool.
Justice for Orko for X-Men.
No.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
a
I'm
busy weekend watching movies now, this weekend then, Jim, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. All right. Well,
It's a
thanks for
hard
joining,
life.
guys. I think we kind of reached our limit. I'm right under 2 hours. I was originally meant to do an hour and a half, so my apologies. But
That's
we
all
kind of got going through with all the excitement of what's going on in the current events. But going back to what you guys have planned, anything fun, talking about the stream or anything coming up, any projects you guys want to go with? Why don't you go Vita first, and then we'll go to Jim afterwards.
So yeah, you can find me and Jim and Viking Collectibles or every Thursday on our stream on Viking Collectibles YouTube channel. We mainly talk about games, what games we're playing, the figures as well, and we have a few quiz games, not as like quick ones as Philly's. I was a bit more relaxed and not timed. But yeah,
More
we have a
chillax.
bit of competition there. Yeah.
We should do quicker ones. Our show runs a bit long
I'm
sometimes.
trying to, Philly, I'm trying to. Each time they start discussing the answers, I'm like, no, you're not a team. You're like competing. Like, what are you guys doing? So yeah, come guys and check us out. And yeah, me and Jim keep trying to be a bit more active on his YouTube channel, but with everything going on, I'm just enjoying being on the stream. So
You guys are having
thanks
fun.
again
Yeah.
having me over. I
100%.
just enjoying it. Something to chat about and just relax from day-to-day life. It's amazing.
Well,
And just
thanks for
meeting
being here.
all you guys great people. So it's fun.
What about you, Jim? Obviously the same stuff, but anything exciting? Are you looking forward to any figure that's coming in your collection that you want to review soon?
I'm trying to remember what's on my list. To be honest, I don't think anything I have on PO is coming out for a while.
For a while.
I'm waiting on the big chap Xenomorph, but I'm really waiting to see what Hot Toys does with Aliens 40th anniversary this year.
The
I'm
40th
really
anniversary,
excited for
yeah.
that. Yeah, I want him to go all out. I really hope we get some we get Hicks and Ripley, and as a minimum Hicks and Ripley, and we'll get an Alien Warrior. You just know that's going to happen, but that'll be the
That's how they
minimum
requested.
steps.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we got
Power
Queen
loader.
Amidala, so we'll definitely get that for sure.
100%, yeah. Ripley will be cool.
And there's going to be a lot of good stuff in this summer showcase. We have Sideshow, which they're going to obviously bring back Hot Toys. They'll be at San Diego Comic-Con in July. I'll be there to kind of give you guys a kind of a view of all the stuff.
Yeah.
But maybe
Forward to that.
next time you guys can make it. I've been trying to get Mandy to kind of she's coming down this summer, but she was going to be in the East Coast, so I'm in the West Coast. I'm like, Mandy, you missed me by
Yeah.
3,000 miles. Next time, aim better. So, but yeah, you guys are always welcome. I think you will love California. You definitely plan on something like that because it's something you definitely got to visit. It's always sunny. You have the beach. You have the mountains. If you like skiing, you can go skiing. If you like surfing, you can go surfing. All within a matter of an hour to 2 hour difference. So,
We've only done Florida so far, so we definitely love to
Okay.
see more.
All
So
right,
California
well-
actually will be right up on there on the list.
Yeah, definitely add it to your list. But for me, like I said, I'll be doing San Diego Comic-Con, and we have a lot of cool releases. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a cool summer. And again, thanks you two for joining me. I really appreciate you. It was nice to kind of
having
get to
us.
know you a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
100%, yeah.
again, for everybody that hasn't followed Vita and Jim, please follow them. I'll put also Viking Collectibles link down below. You guys can follow them in their stream, follow them on Instagram. They have beautiful photography. They do an awesome job with the the posing and the lighting and everything. So obviously, we as a photographers, I always keep saying, it is a comforting hobby. Don't stress yourself too much. It's just for fun. A lot of people tend to kind of like, I'm frustrated and pull their hair out. And it's like, usually say, if you're not having fun, then you're not doing it right. So please make sure you have fun, encourage each other, share your passion with everybody. And, I appreciate you two joining me today. Again, follow them on their Instagram, and I'll provide Viking Collectibles link down below for their stream. Thank you for joining us, guys, and have a lovely week. Thank you. Take care.
See you later, guys. Thank you.
Bye.